I'll let me tell you that it is truly a delight to watch the unfolding of a day in the 3 to 6 Montessori environment. The day starts off with the children aged anywhere around 3 and 6, joyfully entering the school space. Even if initially some new entrants are a little reluctant and exhibit grief at separation from their families, they soon settle in. We see children lingering around near the entrance, waiting to greet their friends, not just of their own age, but younger and also older to them. They have so much to share with their guides and their friends, and such exciting work to look forward to that they are bursting with energy when they arrive in the mornings. The guides are there having already readied the environment and now ready to receive each child into this prepared space. When each child walks in, we do not really know how the first few hours of their day had been. Was it rushed? Was it leisurely? Did they experience a cognitive overload of multiple instructions? Did they encounter a sensory overload of noises and sights? Whatever they may be, the moment they step into the prepared Montessori space, they can feel time slowing down. It is almost as if there is endless time here. They are not hurried. They are not moved from one activity or space to another as per the guide's plan, but the decisions emanate from within the child. What activity to do, for how long, and what to do next. Here, they are not bombarded with instructions from the outside, that is, the adults, but can listen to their own inner voice and make their own decisions, their own choices. One child may go straight to the snack corner, probably because she had not had a breakfast that morning. Another to read a book. Yet another to don an apron and wash a table. While another gets back to his math work that was left incomplete the previous day, probably. Then we find another child who had just been introduced to a language activity in the past few days, dive right into it. Each child comes in with their own plan and gravitate to satisfying their inner call. Hence, very importantly, there is no whole group activity first thing in the morning. Here in the prepared space, we find a certain calmness and peacefulness. And a very important factor in the Montessori environment that helps the child to become calm and connect both within and with the outer environment is order. Order together with consistency, constancy, predictability to the greatest extent possible. There is order in the physical space. Everything has its place. Every material is neatly displayed. There is no clutter, but everything is clearly visible and easily accessible. There is beauty and simplicity. The psychological space, too, is orderly. The boundaries and expectations, the responses from the guides are all clear, constant, and consistent. This helps the child to feel secure. The sense of security, in turn, contributes to the child attaining calmness, leading to greater effectiveness in their learning. Soon after arrival, we would probably see a hive of activity. Each child engaged and engrossed in a developmental activity of their choice. When we say engaged and engrossed in a developmental activity, they can be in many forms, and we will see what they may be in a while. We can see a few who are engaged in group activities, either with a guide or on their own. There is a healthy buzz of voices, soft, gentle. There is laughter, there is chatter, but not so loud as to be considered disruptive or disturbing. When we run our eyes along the shelves, we see there is only one of each material. There are only limited number of mats, tables, chairs, and chowkis. There are no more than probably two guides, one or maybe two guides for around 30 to 35 children. But there is no chaos. There is no conflict. There are no conflicts. The children seem to naturally learn how to function in this societal microcosm. All it takes to establish this discipline, and when I say discipline, I refer to the lack of chaos and conflict. What it takes is to ensure this is freedom for them to function in the environment within clear, consistent boundaries. This offers opportunities for the children to experience the natural consequences of their actions. Not punishment meted out by the adults, but natural consequences to their actions. Due to being in an environment with freedom, with reasonable boundaries, and repeatedly having opportunities to choose on their own, they start learning to make the right choices. They begin to exercise self-restraint and patience. Their interactions are respectful, whether with the materials or with each other. They fulfill their own needs while respecting others' rights to fulfill their own needs. Very importantly, they display empathy for those who are less capable. And without judging, they extend support. They take care of each other and the environment. We will witness all of this in the Montessori environment as each day unfolds. The children are seen engaged and working. They are engaged sensorially and with reality. The children of up to around age 6 predominantly interact with the world around them through their senses, constantly exploring, discovering, and making sense of the world. These children engage with the materials in the environment and the people in the environment in different ways. These are what we generally refer to as activities, but they are much more than what we understand as activities. Activity, as per the Merriam-Webster dictionary, is the quality or state of being active. In the Montessori environment, we see children being active in a number of ways. Dabbling with paints, practicing writing letters, having a conversation, listening to a story, exploring plants in the garden, preparing food, reading a book, working to memorize their essential combinations in arithmetic, and also consoling a younger child, helping clean up a spill caused by another, eating, taking care not to step on another's mat, observing others, or even simply staring out of the window. All of these qualify as being active, whereby they are actively and consciously working to create themselves. And what do we mean when we say creating themselves? Their brains are constantly processing all that their senses are taking in. They are making connections, they're building understanding, and they are creating knowledge. In fact, children learn a lot through observation, just as they learn by engaging with materials. They also need some downtime for the internal processing. So in a way, children are always active, they are always at work. Everything the children do in the Montessori environment is purposeful and meaningful. There is self-learning embedded in everything, not just in the activities that the children do, but in simply living and functioning in the environment itself enables the children in their development, their overall development, physical, intellectual, social, and emotional. In this environment, learning and development does not happen only by doing activities, but happens also by osmosis, or what we in Montessori call as absorption. Activities also include what we need to do every day to live our lives and to function in this world. Eating, toileting, maintaining self hygiene, dressing up, maintaining the environment, helping each other, preparing food for the community. We probably know them as life skill activities. In the Montessori environment, we will find a few children at a time congregating in a snack corner to eat their snacks. And the snack is a meal that is had between breakfast and lunch. When they wish to eat, when they wish to eat, how much they wish to eat, with whom they wish to eat is also their choice. We trust them to make these small everyday decisions, which will translate into the ability to make bigger decisions later in life. Similarly, the toilets are accessible, and where possible, the outdoor environment too is accessible for the children. They can sense their need and decide when they wish to use the toilet, when they wish to go into the outdoor environment and engage in activities available there. And these outdoor activities could range from sweeping the ground or watering the plants or drawing columns or rangolis or maybe even practicing netting a ball into a basketball hoop or climbing a jungle gym. Now, we may wonder, what about lunch for those who stay full day in the Montessori environment? But how do we eat our meals at home? Do we not, as a family, sit together and eat our meal? That is exactly what the children do. They organize the space, they gather, eat their lunch together, and clean up after that, and then continue their work. Festival celebrations, too, are done as a community. Each one, according to their ability, cleans, decorates, prepares special food or drink, and sing and dance together. When it is time for them to leave, they put back everything in its place and bid goodbye to this school family of theirs. Thus, the children live in the Montessori environment, also called the house of children, which is an extension of their home. All along, we see that children are engaging in self directed learning most of the time. Then, what are the adults, the teachers? We prefer to call them guides. What do? The guides seem to glide around and sometimes are serenely seated observing the children. They are calm and relaxed, but ever alert. They seem to know exactly where to be, when to be, and which child needs what help. They quietly appear beside the child needing support, and once the right amount of help is provided, they just as quietly move away. They do not constantly direct the children. They do not teach the children as per their own plan, but they do have a personalized learning plan for each child. But that too is drawn up through their observation of each child based on their developmental needs, growing abilities, and the interests of each child. The guides seem to be passive in the Montessori environment, but it is their passiveness that enables the children to be active. Active in every way, actively thinking, inquiring, exploring, discovering, interacting, and learning. Actively functioning in their environment. The operative word here is their environment. It is their environment because everything in it has been designed and set up for them. Just like our home, which we design and set up for us to function optimally. The guide also helps the children gain the skills and capabilities so that they can operate and function in this space independently without constantly requiring help. They belong here, and all that is in the environment belongs to them collectively. Hence, the seemingly passive guides. These guides work really hard, mostly behind the scenes, to create and maintain the space for the children. These guides observe and make necessary changes to the environment. These guides observe and give the right lessons and guidance at the right time to the right child, so that at no point of time is any child made to feel dependent, helpless, incapable, or weak. Instead, every child is made to feel capable, confident, and independent. Throughout the 3 years, day in and day out, the child who is in a Montessori 3 to 6 environment essentially experiences all of the above. From the day the young child first walks in till the last day, 3 years down the line, the child lives and experiences autonomy by making their own choices, being responsible for their own actions, and independence in thought and action. The child experiences social living embedded with empathy, care, and acceptance. Through the 3 years, they also develop and lay a strong foundation in their literacy and numeracy skills and explore the world around them. And most importantly, every day in Montessori, progressively, it helps the child to relate to the world, the people, and everything in it with positivity and love that will form the basis for all their actions here onward. Thank you. That was just a glimpse of a day in the 3 to 6 environment. Thank you.